Hi, I'm Loretta Lewis. This is Chair Yoga. Welcome. Thanks for coming. What I'd like us to do is to begin by sitting on our chair, of course, sitting on the edge of it, squaring off our body, making sure that our knees are over our ankles and our shoulders are over our hips and our head is on right in the middle. And each part is supporting itself. Now what I'd like us to do is to begin to notice our breath. Just keep breathing. Breathe like you normally do. And then notice what happens when you start to pay attention. Most people, their breaths start to get longer and you begin to take more air in and let more out. So let's begin by taking our breath and taking a few really deep inhales and exhales. Go ahead and exhale out the mouth. Let all that air out. And feel the breath begin to relax you. Feel it as you breathe in. And the exhale, release your shoulders, release your neck. Make sure your waist is feeling good. Just go ahead and really begin to notice the effect that your breath has on your body. So let's take a few more really deep inhales and exhales, and then we'll begin. So, again, settling into our body, letting things become heavier, more balanced. Your legs are feeling more grounded to the floor, your feet are. Your body is beginning to make minor adjustments to your posture so that when you are taking your breaths there, they are ultimately shifting your energy. So let's go ahead and just take a couple more and notice that. And let the breath work on you. Now let's begin with our arms. We're going to go through a quick warm up here. And today's focus, what I'd like to do is I'm going to show you all of the warrior positions and the lunges on the chair so that in case you can't stand up, then you have a place to go when we are doing other classes and you would like to participate and we are standing up towards the end. So I hope that works because I know the people that can stand up can do the sitting poses. And I really want to make sure that everybody has a place to go when we're doing the yoga, a place in their body to feel the balance and the connection to the poses. So today we're going to focus on that and not do any standing poses, but we'll do the standing poses sitting down. So let's begin with our arms. Up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, 2, 3, 4. Let's start to see if we can even our breath out and lengthen it at the same time. Taking our time and really coordinating how our body feels when we're breathing. Couple more. I realize that you really can't see the top of my hands. So I'm going to move back just a little. Make sure that you can. Still not as well. So, but here's what I'm doing. I'm bringing my hands up and I'm just bringing them out. So up and down, up and down. Breathe in, breathe out. And when you finish this, come back to center and let's change our arm rotation. What we're going to do this time is we're going to do out with our hands open, turn our hands over, palms facing down, and bring them back with the breath. Out, in. Inhale, exhale. One more set, and come on back to center with that. And now take your hands and interlace your fingers, bring them in front of you, put your elbows out, turn them over, and push them all the way out so that you're extending your shoulders, opening up that back all across the shoulder pads. Then lift it up with a breath. Bring your head up, bring this and bring your arms, your shoulders and arms in back of your ears, and glance up at your palms. This is called altar arms, high altar arms. And what you're doing is you're bringing in energy from the universe and whatever else you need, and bring it down, tuck your head, and flood it into you. Come back to center, and let's begin shrugging our shoulders. Let's do about 3 really good shrugs where you bring your whole body into it and release. One more. And then let's bring it across. Bring your shoulders across your body, all the way over. Come down as low as you can. We're stretching those shoulder pads, these sockets. One more set. And go ahead when you're coming back. Angle it up and bring it back. And come on back to center. And let's begin taking our head and gently circling it, leading with our nose, as if our nose were the primary pointer. Just gently, gently turn your head in the clockwise position. Let me meet you in the clockwise position. Okay, now I'll mirror you. And when you come back to center the very next time, turn your head and go the other direction. Let your neck really loosen up, but don't take it too far back. We're just gently moving those joints. And come on back to center. Let's nod our head a little, yes and no. Or nod our head a little, yes. And then shake our head a little, no. Just a couple. Come on back to the yeses again. And come on back to center. Take your finger, put it under your chin. Gently raise your chin all the way up. Letting your chin have the stability of your finger under it. Resting on your neck. Resting and breathe. You should feel that elongation all the way through here. Good stretch. And then gently come on back down, keeping your finger there just to give it some guidance. And bring your chin to your sternum. And let's do about 3 breath sets there. Relaxing the neck. Relaxing the shoulders. Releasing the arms and letting everything hang. After the next complete breath, come on back up to center. And take your left arm and put it under your right arm. Hook your elbows across. These are eagle arms, and how that is it comes like this, okay? Eagle arms. We're pulling across our shoulder blades. We're pushing our arms forward. There's almost like a little peek hole that you can look through. You can bring your hands together if you can. Bring them here if you can. However you can bring them together and create this space through your shoulders, let's do that. And look through them and bring your elbows out as far away from your body as you can. And then turn clockwise. And breathe. One more deep breath here, holding it. And come on back to center. Drop your arms, shake them out a little, and now do the other side. All right, we're looking through our little peek hole, bringing our hands together, sitting up as straight as we can. Our elbows are pushed out away from our body, and then we begin to turn. And then we breathe. One more really deep breath. And come on back to center. And release your arms. Come on back to center now. And what I'd like us to do is, I would like us to do some chair twists. So what that entails is coming with your feet 2 hands width apart, or basically it's hip widths apart. And if you don't know how to figure that out, then go ahead and put your hands down, 2 fists down, and spread your feet as far as those fists will cover. Okay, take your left hand and put it on your right knee, and take your right arm and put it over the chair. Now, I'd like you for your neck to remain very, very loose. And what I'd like us to do is, with each inhale, straighten your spine, and on the exhale, twist. We're going to do about 3 to 4 breaths, and then we'll come back to center. So let's start straightening the spine. Inhale, turning. You're using the strength of these muscles to turn you, and not pulling with your arm or pushing with your hand. One more deep breath. And let it go and come back to center. Straighten yourself. Make sure you feel comfortable here. Take your right hand and put it on your left leg. Your left arm over the back of your chair. With the inhale, straighten your spine. The exhale, turn. Shake your head a little, make sure it's loose. One more cycle of breath. And let it go and come back to center. Let's bring our arms out, sides to side. These are going to lead us into some side bends. So just a couple. Now take your right arm, put it next to yourself on the chair so that you can hold yourself. Now take your left arm, raise it up, feel that line of energy. Now take and bend your left arm over your ear, making sure that your chin stays tucked and your heart stays open, and you're opening up your side body. Go ahead and take some breaths here. and feel that energy start to cycle through your body. One more breath. And come on back down. Come back to center. And let's do the other side. This hand comes to the chair. Your right arm raises up. And noticing the line of energy now. Let's take that arm and reach it over your ear, tucking your chin and glancing under your armpit, and feel that side body open up. Make sure you don't collapse on this side. Keep your arms as steady as you can. And come on back down to center. Let's take it to Tadasana. Tadasana is the mountain pose. And to do that, we come back into our center of our being and feel our energy from, you can feel this now. It's the most aligned space your body can be in, making sure that was what we did in the very beginning, making sure that your body is in proper alignment all the way through and that your feet are apart and your knees are over your ankles. And then bring your chest out and open up with your hands back. Tilt your chin up a little with your gaze up to the sky and breathe. And feel the balance of your alignment. Just meaning, feel how solid you feel. One more deep breath. And come on back to center. And what I'd like you to do is take your knees, they can be bent, bring them out a little. Just give yourself some length and open your feet up just a little. All right. And now what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to lift your arms up and we're going to come down. We're going to hinge at the hips and we're going to do a ragdoll, which is just to say that you let yourself come all the way down, touching your toes if you can. It's just perfect to bend your knees on this. Tucking your chin and then relaxing as deeply as you can. Feel your lower back just release completely. Keep your breath going and notice your breath. Gently bring yourself back up. And let's go back to a Tadasana. Heel toe your feet back together. And what I'd like to do is just do a as quick as it can be, a thread the needle. And what that entails is for you to take your right arm, and both hands are on your knees. Your right arm comes up, it comes under here, goes through your arm. See this? How it comes under and through. And relax your shoulder on your knee while you're opening up through here with your palm out. Now take your left hand, place it on the back of your hip, then snake it up your body and bring that hand forward and reach. Now, don't forget that we're breathing deeply and that our goal is to relax this shoulder and this ear while reaching here. And come on back. Bring your hand back to your hip and back forward to your knee. Come on back up, raise your arm just to get it back into cycle, and come on back. I'm going to adjust this just a little because I don't think you can see my hands. Let's see if that helped. Okay. Now, let's take our feet and spread them out. We're still sitting on the edge of our chair here. Spread our feet out. And you can have your toes pointing forward. But your body is sitting squarely on your sit bones. You can wiggle back and forth and see how that is. Okay. With your hands on your knees, we're going to do some goddess circles, or soupy circles as I usually call them. And that entails going forward, and we're moving through the ribs, back, around, and come on all the way around. And you're articulating from the ribs and the waist and not the hips. Goddess circles. Next time you come around, you come on back up to center, stop, and go in the opposite direction. Remembering to include every portion as you go around in those circles with your ribs while you're breathing. Come on back to center and sit up. Let's keep our legs straddled. And what I'd like us to do is we're going to take a forward bend from this position. All right, so the best way I know to have this happen is to hinge at the hips and roll your hands down as you're coming down and deep breathe all the way, tucking your chin. Now watch, or come on and do it with me actually. Now if you can't touch down here, that's all right. Go ahead and put your hands on the floor. And do this straddle for a total of 5 breath cycles. And then bring your fists to the floor and take your left arm and twist it up and out, and as far as you can up. This is a straddle with a twist. Take 2 deep breaths here and come on back down and take the other side up and twist in this direction, looking up at your arm. And come on back down. Bring your hands back to your legs and fold yourself back up, or roll yourself back up with your head being the last thing to come. Go ahead and roll those shoulders. Okay, now let's toe heel ourselves back together again. And let's start waking up our feet. To begin with, let's just start tapping our toes. We really just want to start to move the energy through our lower body. Okay, then take your heels and bring them out and maybe go back and forth, side to side. And then come on back and just tap your heels. All right. Take your arms and loosely form a sling and lift your right leg. Sorry, let me do this again. Take your arms, bring them under your right leg, forming a sling so that you're supporting the leg, and bring your foot out. And then let's do some flex and points. Just a couple more, and then circles. Right now, leaving that leg straight out. Then take and move it to the side and hold it straight out for a couple of breaths. Now I know this is getting heavy and sometimes it's a little hard, but really try to stick with me here. Then bring it back to the center and gently bring it across your other leg, just gently. It doesn't have to go very far, but it affirms your body's basic belief that you can use both sides of your body and work together to accomplish things. Let that go. Let your foot just relax, your lower leg, and then set it down. Come to the other side. Bring up your foot. Bring it out. Let's start moving the feet. Circles. Maybe flex and point. We just want to wake up those ankles. And then straight out again. And bring it over to the side, as straight as you can, holding it firmly. With a flexed foot. And then gently bring it back to center. And bring it across the other leg. Notice I'm not laying it on the other leg. I'm just bringing it gently across for a moment. Bringing it back down and letting it be loose and setting it down. Now, take your right hip, take your right leg again. Bring your fingers under and let's start moving this hip by just gently guiding it in and out. We're opening up that hip opener there. I don't want that joint to freeze up on us when we're doing things. So let's just make sure that's nice and soft. Bring it down. Do the other leg. Just gently moving the hips now. Another way you can do that is to take and support your knees here and do this. You really just want to open up those hips and then bring it on back down. Take your right ankle, cross it over your left knee. Sit up straight, forward bend on this. We're going to hinge at the hips and flow forward and come down as far as you can. Gently stabilizing your foot and your knee and just securely making sure that it doesn't go anywhere when you do this. Deep inhale, exhale over. And breathe. And as you exhale, tuck your belly button. Take a couple of breaths here. And then come all the way down and release as much as you can. Tuck your chin. And come on back up. And release that foot. And bring up the other one. This ankle's over, left ankle over right knee. Gently guiding, holding, and stabilizing your foot and your leg. And foot's in flex position, knee is just there steadily, not doing anything but relaxing. Deep inhale as you straighten your spine, hinging at the hips, and gently folding over. Go ahead and release your arms. Tuck a little bit lower. Bring your arms out, come on back up. Bring them together gently. Put your foot back down. And let's just shake out our legs again. Okay. And let's just kind of shake out the top of our body too, since we're doing it. Go ahead and just free yourself up a little. Make sure that everything is feeling stable and that you don't have any pain anywhere. Now it's up to you. I can't help you from here, but what I'd like to say is please take care of your own body. If I'm doing something with the shoulders and you know you have shoulder issues, then opt to not do it and just breathe. Breathing is the most important thing we can learn here, is how to integrate our body and our breath together with movement. Let's take one more really strong mountain pose. Breathing in and breathing out and settling back into our bodies. And now what I'd like to begin to show you are some leg poses, and they're going to be done, like I said, strictly from the chair. And how I'd like to, okay, let's see how we can do this where, all right, take your right leg, bring it to the side of your chair, okay? Take your left leg, bring it out and lengthen it. You are in a forward position, forward facing position. All right, lengthen your leg. Now lift your arms and come on down just a little, just bending just a little. And this is a lunge. Stretching out those legs. Come down just a little. And then gently bring yourself up and open your chest, open your arms, bring your chin up and glance towards the sky. This is a crescent lunge. One more breath. Come on back down and let it go. All right. Coming back to the star position, which is both legs extended to the sides, opened up as much as they can be. All right. Toes pointing forward, hands out, star position. Now, take your right leg, your right foot, turn it towards the front of the room. Now, this is a side-facing position, so everything you're going to do, okay, here we are. This foot has the foot remains the same as in the star position. See this? It's on the floor. It's 90-degree angle. You're pushing your leg out and straight, your back leg. All right, your front leg is in alignment with your hips. And this leg being so straight is essentially forcing the bend in this knee. And your knee is over your ankles. You're facing to this is a side facing, which I hope you can see that from here. Raise your arms. All right, raise your arms, equal distance. Then turn your head and look out over the bent leg. And breathe, keeping your body twisted towards the front or the side, however you view this. And this builds strength and stability in your legs and aligns your body. Now you want your knee to always stay over your second and third toe. So if your knee starts to bend in a little like this, take your hand and gently push it back out. Arms out one more time. Then drop your back arm, raise your front arm. Now you want your head to go tucking under. Your chin tucks under. You can actually look under your armpit. You're reversing the movement. And you're breathing. And then gently come up. Put your arm, your forearm on your knee, your front knee. Open your palm. Put the other hand on your hip. Relax into this position with your hips facing in the sideway position. Take the back arm and bring it up, straight up, as straight of arm as you can be on a straight up. And look at your hand. Right ankle. Come on back up into warrior two. Turn your foot, your front foot back in, bring them back. This is the star as you even yourself back out again. All right, come back to center. Heel toe yourself back in. And let's do the other side. So I'm going to try again. I'm still just kind of working with the chair. See if I can make sure that you can really see this. All right, the other side. Left ankle comes out, facing forward from the side of the chair, going this direction, okay? The other leg comes back. Now it really helps if you can get your balance as if you weren't using a chair. This leg is straightened as much as you can. You're on the tip of your toes. See? All right, now go ahead and keep your body over it though, and lift your arms. Fold forward a little. This is that lunge over your body. And come on back up. Raise your chest, raise your chin, raise your eyes, and open up. Crescent lunge. Come on back down. Let it go. Turn to the side, to the star. All right. The star. And then take your front foot again, your left foot, bring it back out. All right. Your right foot stays in forward position, 90-degree angle. This one comes forward position. All right. Now, you're facing to the front, in my case, to the side. Lift your arms. Breathe. And look out over your front foot, your bent knee, your left side. Couple more breaths. Feel yourself steadying here. This is very much a steadying pose. Go ahead and drop your back arm, lift your upper arm, reverse warrior. Under your arm, comes over your ear, reverse warrior. Drop your arm, right ankle. Bring your forearm to your knee. Your right arm comes to your hip. Snake it up. Bring it all the way up and look up. Maintain your form now. And breathe. Drop your arm, come back out. Warrior two. Drop your arms, come back to the front. And I think we have time actually for one more set of those warriors. Let's just make sure that we've got the stabilization and the hips and legs. So take your right leg, bring it to the side again. Left leg comes back. This is the frontward lunge. Oops. Toes. Strengthen it as far back as you can. Make it as straight as you can. Facing forward, raise your arms. Now bend just a little, hinging at the hips. Come on back up. Open yourself wide open with the crescent lunge. Open that heart. Bring your gaze up. And let it go. And come on back down into the star position. All right. Once again, the left side foot stays at this angle. See this? Okay. Right leg is once again being pushed from the back. This is a side angle position. The knee stays over the toes. Put your hands on your hips till you get your feet right. And your legs, okay. Now, if this were a mat, if this is a mat, this foot is going in the same direction as the mat. This foot is going in the opposite direction. So, take a deep breath. Face towards the side. Lift your arms and look out over your right hand foot, or over your right hand, over your right hand. Look out over your right hand. Sorry, folks. Warrior two. Come on back up. Reverse warrior. And come on back down. Fold yourself over your knee, still in this direction. Lift your arms straight up. Here we are. And look up. And go ahead and drop the arm. Come back into the star. And let's change sides. And back over here. Remember this lunge, forward facing. Strengthen and lengthen. And come up. And then come on down a little. Lengthening and strengthening. Come on up. Crescent lunge. Come on back down. Star position. Keeping your legs. Come on back down here. This is a side position. Okay. Making sure your feet. Right. This is warrior two. So this foot is going in the same direction as the mat, and the other foot is pointing this way. Okay. Towards the side, so that you're actually, there we are. Now lift your arms and look out over your fingers. Take a few breaths. Drop your back arm, lift your front arm. Reverse warrior. Making sure that this leg stays out over here. You don't want it to just keep folding in. Reverse warrior. And then come on down to the ankle. Bring your arm to your hips, and then bring it up and look up. And bring your arm back down. Come on to the front. Bring your feet back together. And let's shake our feet out once more and our legs. Even do this, which is taking your feet and letting them open like a windshield. Windshield wiper? No, windshield wiper would be this way. But opening in opposite directions, just to give yourself some flexibility and some looseness in the legs. Come on back to center. And let's take a Tadasana, the mountain pose. Taking our breath. Now bring our hands back to the back of our chair, and arms are, can you see this? Arms are straight and our chest is out. And we're going to raise ourselves up and making our heart the highest thing in the room. Go ahead and strengthen those shoulder blades by pulling them together as tightly as you can. Take a couple of breaths and release. And come on back to center. With that, it's time for us to start our relaxation and essentially our warming and our cooling down and our connecting with our breath and our bodies, that time when we can just let our bodies be and our minds flow freely. So scooch back as far as you'd like. If you've got long legs and you can reach the floor, it's okay to sit all the way back. If you're short-legged and you can't really, the thing you want is you want to have an erect spine. So if you need to pull yourself forward just a little, go ahead and do that. Your spine will support you. Take a comfortable position, however that is for you. And let's begin with some Brahmari, which is a humming breath. And what it entails is with each inhale, and then you exhale into a hum. Let's do maybe 4 or 5 of those and just keep them in the 4/4 pattern if you can. Some people call this the buzzing breath, the bee breath. Doesn't matter what you call it or what tone you make, just make sure your exhale is extra long and that you get all that old breath out of you. Now take your next breath and let it be whatever your body wants it to be. And begin to settle in and relaxing. Let your body become heavy. Let your head become heavy. Let your breath become as deep as you need it until you can let it go and be as light as you are. Go ahead and you can feel your breath moving through you. Get soft with it. Go ahead and let go. Our breath is one of our most valuable tools for changing our state of being. Our breath is our life force. It allows us to slow down and get grounded. And we are happier to be alive. We have more purpose, and we tap into our own magnificence. Yes, the breath can do all of that. Our nervous system is totally related to our breathing as well. So go ahead and take a few more breaths and just relax into it. I'll let you know when it's time for us to end. And now begin to gently lengthen your breath. Deeper inhales, longer exhales. And you might feel some movement in your hands and fingers and maybe your toes. Go ahead and allow your body to start moving gently and awakening. Come on back. Let's do a couple of goddess circles just to feel centered. Turn around and go in the opposite direction. And come on back to center. Please raise your hands, place them in prayer position. Sit onto the edge of your chair. Gently tuck your chin. I'd like you to join me in saluting and honoring our one true teacher that exists in each and every one of us, that helps us know how to treat our body, how to treat others. That teacher is you. Your own higher consciousness can help you out in every situation. Please close your eyes. Thank you for coming. I wish you all the best. I hope your day is just full of joy. Please come back next week. We'll have another tape. Namaste.